If you think about it, this was the Cybertruck before the Cybertruck. Goes to show you, history repeats itself and we never learn. It all started with the Humvee. Catch these mobbing across battlefields with too much oil for America not to liberate. What you need to know is it was built by a government contractor called AM General. So what happens when a homicidal robot disguised as a California governor petitions AM General to make a civilian version? We get the H1. Yes, these became a status symbol, but my God, were they compromised in every single way a car could be. Creature comforts were at a minimum. This is pretty much the exact same thing as the military version with like AC added. Like, look at this. The front passengers sit like a mile apart. And it was expensive, about $150K in today's money. A cheaper, more consumer-friendly version had to be made. And so in came GM. They purchased the IP and the H2 was rolled out in 2002. And they fixed a lot of the issues. It was around $50K. The interior was passable by early 2000s GM standards, and it was comfortable. The chassis was based on a hodgepodge of trucks GM was making at the time, but it was still such a ridiculous car. First off, it looked like a brick. I wonder where else I've seen that recently. And it got like 10 miles per gallon if you were nice to it. But hey, gas was cheap. It was a symbol of American excess. No doubt one of the most polarizing vehicles ever made. Those that loved it, and those that hated it, well, they were vocal. They were marketed as adventure vehicles, but you mainly saw them in rap videos. Remember when this was a Need for Speed Underground? But most importantly, the Hummer taught us just how tasteless humans could be. In the dictionary, right next to the definition of tacky is a Hummer with scissor doors. And oh my God, the limos. Oh, the limos. But then 2008 happened, and suddenly people couldn't afford gas-guzzling, offensive SUVs. GM itself was staring down bankruptcy, so they had to make the difficult choice of closing Hummer's doors forever. Until 2020, when this thing came back as an EV, this time under GMC. It still had the same obnoxious look. The gimmicks were back with Crab Walk. It had 1,000 horsepower, because of course it did, and it packed on a few pounds in its hiatus, upping that number to 9,000 pounds. And much like 2008, nobody is buying these. Electric car depreciation is brutal, and it turns out not a lot of people want to spend well over 6 figures for a EV that's going to have the same product life cycle as an iPhone. There were some schmucks that paid like 300 grand for these when they came out, but now dealers are begging you to take them off their hands. They can be had in the 70s. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of these in the comments. Like and follow for more.